There is one team not a lot of people are talking about at this Club World Cup, but they have the surprise package to shock a lot of people, and it's no other than Esperance from Tunisia. I'll be telling you all you need to know about this team Esperance at the FIFA Club World Cup, so you get to understand that they could be dangerous at this tournament. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, so welcome back. My name is Dennis Seriam, as always. Thanks as always for joining and watching the videos, Our African Football here. Do like the video just now, help with the like. And let me get straight into the story. So Esperance is the second team from Tunisia to make it to the Club World Cup. The first was Etoile Sahel in 2007, and Esperance, they became the second in 2011. But this is their fourth appearance at the FIFA Club World Cup. And this year, they qualified through the rankings, so they're part of the top 4 teams in Africa, and that gave them the opportunity to qualify for the Club World Cup. The team has actually started signing some new players for that is the next season, but that was after they announced their squad for the Club World Cup. So no new signing for the tournament. The players who played for them in the season will be the same players who will be going to the Club World Cup in the USA. And this season was quite a good season for them because they won the Tunisia League, the Tunisia Liga, they won it, and won the Tunisia Cup too, which was the first time they were actually winning the Tunisia Cup since 2016. That's 9 years in total. And the first time they actually won a double, it was in 2011, 14 years ago. So they repeated that this year, which is a good omen or a sign up to boost their confidence going into the Club World Cup, achieving a feat that they hadn't achieved in 14 years. So the big secret in doing all this is this man, the coach, Maher Kanzari. Kanzari joined Esperance in the middle of the season, and his very first game was in the CAF Champions League quarterfinal against Mamelodi Sundowns, where he lost by 1-0. But that game was the last and only game that he lost with Esperance. In the remaining 11 games, he didn't lose any game, and after the 12 games he has played as coach of Esperance, he has conceded only 3 years, only 3 goals in 12 games he has played. If you consider his time as Esperance and his time at his former club, which is Stade Tunisien in Tunisia, in the last 35 games that this man, Maher Kanzari, has played as a coach, well, his team has conceded more than 1 goal on only 2 occasions in the last 35 games. That is because he has built a reputation for organizing his team to be smart and tough in defending, especially when it comes against opponents who are better than him. He denies them the opportunity for them to create better and clear goal-scoring opportunities. At Esperance, he has done this very well by using some very key players at the back like Mohamed Tougai, who is an Algerian international and has been with Esperance for 5 years since he joined them in 2020. There is also Yacine Maria, who is the captain of Esperance and also Tunisia international, but he got injured. He has been on a long-term injury, recovered not so long ago, so I can't really tell how integral of a role he'll play at this Club World Cup for Esperance, given he's the captain and also one of the standout players in the team. Then there's also Hamza Delassi, who after the injury to the captain, that is Yacine Maria, stepped up and then he did good during the exits or the absence of Yacine Maria. The real engine of the Esperance team is, however, in midfield because they are full of young and energetic players, high energy, very young players, starting with Onete Odbelu, who is a young player from Nigeria, only 22 years, played for Nigeria at the under-20 AFCON only a few years ago, and now he's having a standout season at Esperance. There's also Kale Ogwenichi, a young player for, that is Esperance, 22 years of age. He came on loan. He came back from loan just this season, and he has cemented his place in the team. Very high energetic player to sort of run and close a lot of spaces. There's also Abdraman Konate, teenager from Ivory Coast, who also very energetic, very young, and has the ability to sort of play full energy for a lot of minutes. And even Sam Teka in midfield, who has a bit of creativity from the middle. In attack, Esperance is also stacked up with a lot of quality players there, starting off with their late man, Yusuf Belele, who is an Algerian international player. He's currently the top scorer in all competitions for Esperance, also the top assist maker for Esperance. And the thing is, he also has the experience with this team because the last 2 times Esperance was at the Club World Cup in 2018, Yusuf Belele was part of the contingent or the team in the tournament. So he knows the environment, he understands Esperance and also knows the competition, the Club World Cup. Then there's Jan Sars, Brazilian, who has made his home in Tunisia with Esperance, a goal-scoring midfielder. Also has the ability to sort of make some tricky moves and go past players, but then mainly he knows how to score. And they'll be playing against opponents from Brazil. Maybe he could just know one or two things of how to beat the Brazilian opponent in this group. Then there's also Ashraf Jabri, young striker for Esperance. He also came back from loan just this year for Esperance after the long injury to another Brazilian in the Esperance team, that is Rodrigo Rodriguez. And Ashraf Jabri seems to have sealed the position of a striker for Esperance because he's fast, very sharp, and also very dangerous in attack. Needs, few chances and then few space in front of goal, and then he takes the opportunity to score. So as I said earlier on, this is the fourth time Esperance will be playing at the Club World Cup. But the previous times they had played, they have never gone past the first round before. So they always lose their first game at this Club World Cup. 2011, 2018, 2019, all of them, they lost their first game and were not able to go past the first round. But then they've also won two games at the Club World Cup. In 2018, they won one game. In 2019, they also won one game. So that's a bit to note about Esperance and their history at this tournament. In this year's edition, they're in a tough group. There is Flamengo from Brazil, and there is Chelsea from England, and then there is also Los Angeles FC from, that is the USA. But surprise, surprise, the only thing in this group to have won the elite title is Esperance. So yes, they'll be counting on the fact that they are the elite champions in this group to try and cause an upset, deny some of the stronger teams like Flamengo or Chelsea goal scoring opportunities, and then snake maybe a draw against one of these two teams, and then see their chances whether they can be able to make it out of this group. But I also had AI to predict this group for me, the realistic chances of all the teams of qualifying from this group. And they placed Esperance in fourth place. So according to AI, it's more realistic that Esperance will finish fourth place in this group with only 20% chance to advance from the group stages. But you know what they say? They say that attack wins you games, whilst defense wins you titles. And Esperance have a very strong defensive unit. Their strength, especially against teams who are stronger than them, is in defense. So do you think this defensive strength can carry them on in the Club World Cup? Let me know. Just tell me in the comment section.